lightweight. She can't hang with the big dogs. Okay, can y'all look at the camera and say hey to the Spillers?
Hi.
So with YouTube, that's why I had to wait to record it. Oh, with YouTube, y'all, it's cut. I don't cut nothing. I don't edit, do nothing. Okay. I really don't edit, do nothing on the podcast.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a little straight through. So I'm gonna go over just the logistics of it. I'm excited. Y'all ain't nervous too, so I know it's gonna be. Okay. So at the very beginning, I'll do just an introduction. Welcome to the Spill Podcast. That part, and then I'll say I have my girls in the building, and I'll say y'all, and then I'll give y'all an opportunity to introduce yourself, and then I'll do a mental check-in, which is something that I do. I went to therapy probably about 6 years ago, and I've kind of been going since. Well, the last couple of years, I call and do check-ins, but I've been doing the work, so I really don't need him like I used to. So I have to do a mental check, and when I say how are you ladies doing, you'll give me an emotional word. I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm excited, nervous, anxious. One of them, I don't want good, I'm fine. Well, I know you're fine, and I know you're good because you're here. Just an emotional word. So after we do that, I'll do a social media shout out. I'll do my social media shout out, and then if you all want to do a social media shout out, maybe a business, whatever it is that you want to put out there for the people to follow, you can. And you be like, I got some, but if you want to follow, you can. If you don't, oh well, you can do that part. After we do that, we're going to do a spill trend. And the spill trend is when I do something culturally related. And this one is Sierra's message, not her prayer. So we're going to talk just a couple seconds about Sierra's dress and Russell. And then Beyonce, because I don't know if y'all know this, but Beyonce just posted her stuff and she had the same exact dress on. But the people came for Sierra, but the people didn't come for Queen B. What we doing? Why we being contradictory? So we're going to talk about that for a quick second. And then we're going to get into our talk, which is Queen Talk. A couple questions I'm going to ask y'all. First, I'm going to start off about you all careers. What do you do? How do you enjoy it? Any struggles with career choices? Whatever. I'm going to ask you based on my notes. I normally have it printed out, but my printer at work wasn't working, and I wanted to use my ink out. So that's why I'm just gonna look at it from the last time.
Got the side.
Right. And then I am going to ask a question about living your best life. What are some things that you do that entails that you're really living your life and enjoying it? And then I'm gonna say last episode I asked, we talked about friendship, quality over quantity, or quantity over quality, which would you prefer? And you will explain what you prefer. And then I'm gonna say prioritization when it comes to prioritizing just everything about life, our careers, our friendships, God, parenting, whatever. How do you balance that? You know what I'm saying? Then I'm asking a little deep question. Well, it ain't deep, but it's the narrative that your cousins and your siblings are your first friends growing up, in the Black families. That's something that's projected onto us. So is that necessarily true? And once you get to a part or an area or a stage of your life where you kind of grow apart or things are a little different and you realize this is just family, but it's not a friendship, how do you respond to that? How do you react to that? We'll ask that. And then I say, well, you ain't got no children, you got God children. But it's mainly for Carmen. I'm going to ask you about the consumption of, being a boy mom and doing all that you do. And, you know what I'm saying, how do you make time and keep time for yourself? How do you make sure that you're good? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to ask y'all about these niggas. You know what I'm saying? These mans. Like, what y'all doing? What's the dating like? The dating pool? What are your expectations? Or what do you have? Or what do you request in a man and all that good stuff? And then the last question is going to be about the new generation of women that we are raising. I'm going to ask you all, how do you feel about the influences that they have to face? And the influences like social media, seeing these girls get on here with their bodies and they look like they're making the most money and doing the most and feel like they got to get it hastily and quick like them. Like, how do you feel about that? And what are some things that we can do to make sure that we are kind of reeling them away from that and bringing them back to reality? You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching 2020 a couple of weeks ago, and it was a girl, a social media girl, she in jail now, real bad, from Jonesboro, Arkansas, girl. From Jonesboro, Arkansas, got her body done. She called herself Blonde Barbie. had like 100,000 followers on social medias, got into the social line people stuff, and got to doing stuff, met her a couple of sugar daddies, and was just making money. You know what I'm saying? But social media made it seem like she was making money from social media and being at all the parties, the big parties with the Hiltons and all them type of people. But she wasn't making any money from that. She had a couple of sugar daddies, and when they started telling her like, "No, sis, we not gonna keep breaking this money off, and you was living in the crib, we paying for," like, nah. She kind of went haywire because it's like, now I have this, I got to keep up this facade for my people at home and all of my friends, and I don't have anything. And she killed him. Her boyfriend killed the little old man. He was a prominent doctor from California, and she was living in Vegas. He was renting her house, bought her a new Mercedes, was doing everything for her, but she wasn't getting her money from that. So how can we let our girls know that 90% of the stuff on social media is fake as hell? Like this it ain't what you want. And that's gonna be that. Then I'm gonna say thank y'all for coming. Y'all got anything y'all want to add, and then y'all can add something. If y'all have any questions, you can say, "Well, Toya, how do you?" or whatever. And then that's that.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Let's rock and roll.
Y'all hear Carmen? She said, "Let's rock and roll."
Rock and roll.
All right, so I'm gonna press. I want to hear y'all beautiful voices. And then I'm press record. You'll hear Beyonce Church Girl playing, and then when that finish and I start saying what I say, then y'all know we're gonna get to it, okay? So if you can pull your mics up to you, if at any time you feel like you want to take it off, you know what I'm saying, you can. If you want to twist it and pull it up, y'all too short. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, now let's hear y'all voice. Can y'all say something in the mic?
Testing, 1, 2.
Bring it a little bit closer to you, please.
Testing,
That's
testing.
better.
Okay.
Toya T.
All right, Looch. Okay, I'm gonna hit record. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Hey world, welcome to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Welcome to episode 13, Spillers. I'm super excited that you guys are back. Remember I told y'all that the month of March is Women's History Month, and we're highlighting and illuminating all things woman, all things queens, and all things sisters. I mean, I ain't trying to be biased, but it is what it is. Anyway, speaking of queens, I have two amazing, fine chocolate and vanilla, caramel and vanilla, sexy, beautiful, smart, independent baddies, queens in the building. Hey, Quay and Carmen.
Hi.
Welcome to the Spill Podcast room.
Yes.
I'm excited that y'all are here.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Carmen is my first cousin. I've known her almost 39 years, all my life. And Jaquay is my friend from elementary, South End neighborhood, early 90s, first, second grade, back in the day, Booker T. Washington, what it do? So, in a nutshell, I've known both of these ladies for a very long time, and I'm super excited and honored that you all are in the podcast room. So before we go any further, I want you all to introduce yourselves. You're going to tell the spillers some things about you. If you want to tell them something I probably don't know, that's fine too. But do what you do. We'll start with you, Jaquay. Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Jaquay Lindsay. I am here from Little Rock, Arkansas, born and raised. Went to University of Central Arkansas to complete my undergraduate degree, and then went on to Webster University to complete my master's. So I am excited to be here and ready to get into it.
Man, more excited to have you here, Quay. Thank you. Mama Luce. Who started calling you that, my daddy? Hey, where you get that from?
Your dad.
I've been calling Mama Luce ever since. Carmen, tell us about yourself, cousin.
Well, just introduce me to the whole world.
I'm sorry.
That's what inside Carmen.
Right.
I'm Carmen Hunter. I'm born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. You know, I have 2 sons I love dearly, and I just live.
That's what's up. Just live. And then y'all should see her smile. I see it. Y'all should see it. Well, I'm so glad that you ladies are here. Still, as you know what time it is, it's our mental check-in time. This is a time of the episode where we are intentional about connecting with our true emotions to try to identify with how we feel emotionally, mentally. So whenever people come into the Spill podcast room, girls, you have to do a mental check-in. So Spillers, stop, pause for the cause, do whatever is necessary to get your check-in together. I am going to do my mental check-in with my girls. I'm going to start with you, Carmen. Tell us, sis, how are you? How are you feeling?
Grateful.
Grateful, yes, God. Come on, grateful.
I don't have any complaints.
Amen.
I really don't. I'm still here. I'm still living.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm grateful for everything, good, bad, and indifferent.
That part.
Yes.
Yeah, and you always have had that spirit. Like, I can say that about you. You gonna see even the bad stuff. You gonna see the blessing in you.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Trying.
That's what's up. I
doing.
love it. That's inspiration, Spillers. It's inspiration for me because that literally just did something to me just now. Like, okay, Wilson, you gotta be grateful. Good, bad, and different. Yes, ma'am. Miss Lindsay, how are we feeling, sis? How are you?
I am excited.
Okay,
I
excited.
have a lot of good things going on in my life right now that I've been staying the course and waiting for them to happen, and so they're happening, and so I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks, baby.
Manifestation.
Baby, it's in the building. That girl said she can stay in the course. That's what it's about. Stay in the course.
Hey, don't get us
Good. Baby, listen, I ain't gotta say nothing. I'm just gonna throw my hands up because Courtney gonna go in for everybody. That's it. I love it.
Yes.
I love to hear it. All is well with the knee spillers. This week I've been well all week. It's spring break. We're going into spring break. So I was one of those educators that was ready. Like I literally was ready physically, mentally, emotionally. I was ready to sit down. And I'm excited because this is our first spring break since my baby was 9 that we are not traveling. Like we're not doing nothing. We in the house. We in the house. She's gonna do her driver's permit stuff. We got a couple of appointments, but we in the house, and I'm excited because every spring break we try to make sure we do something for her, but she has a couple of trips this summer, and she was like, Mom, we can chill. We were supposed to go with my cousins to Texas, but that's neither here nor there. Other than that, all is well with me, Spillers. I pray, and I hope all is well with you. If not, please say something so that we can do something. That's the only way that we'll be able to get to the bottom of whatever it is that you may be struggling with. If you're struggling with something. If you're not struggling with something, kudos. Stay prayed up because my pastor always say, if you're not going through a storm and you're not in a storm, it's headed your way. So just make sure you're prepared for it, okay? All right, we are moving on to our social media shout out. If you are not following the Spill Podcast, what you waiting on? Follow us on Instagram, The Spill Podcast 21, or YouTube, The Spill Podcast, so that you can stay abreast and up to date on everything The Spill. Now, ladies, if you have businesses, if you just want the people to follow you, you know, if you post something that it may, you know, bless the folk, and you want them to follow you, you can shout out your social media handles. So whoever want to go first, do what you do.
Well, sadly, I am not as active on social media, so you guys may be wasting your time following me. But I do post on Instagram way more than I do on Facebook. So I am real_brown_eyes. And this is Jaquay speaking, real_brown_eyes.
And her eyes brown. They like hazel. So what color are your eyes? Just
Light brown.
Light brown. Some. Carmen, would you like to? I know you into doing the realtor stuff and bless the people because I'm gonna be in the house in a couple of years.
Yeah, I do real estate and then I also do events, but I am not active on social media. So I just do it by request. I do a lot of consulting on the real estate side, but I don't post any of that because I feel some type of way sometimes about real estate. and all of the behind the door
The
conversations.
politics and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I try to educate those that I talk to a little bit about it. But as far as advertising, I don't do it because my sons are active and I want to make sure that I'm active for them as well. So I don't want to get too busy where I'm not involved in their life. But however, I'm still the same Carmen Hunter on Facebook.
And you do good like event stuff. Do you have an email maybe if they want you to host an event or decorate or
Events by Carmen Michelle at gmail.com.
that part? Y'all heard her. And I love that because people really don't know, like, and that's gonna be another podcast. We're gonna talk about the politics behind real estate. And that's something that I've never been really interested in doing because I can just kind of feel like when I was going through buying my house, I was like, like what? So I can just imagine. So I'm glad you kind of put that little nugget out there for a minute, but that's gonna be another conversation.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot, and it's a lot of realtors out there too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Everybody.
it's more of quantity over quality right now. And so you can have 15 years in the game, but then and still be educated. But at the same time, because you've been in it so long, you know the ins and outs. You know how to maneuver to get what you want in that bottom line you're looking for. So there's so many different things that people don't understand. So you know, I stay in my corner, stay in my lane, and then when they ask, I give it.
Alright, that's what's up. Well, we're gonna have to have that conversation because there's somebody else to do it. So make sure Steelers, if you are not following them, follow them. If you have any questions or you need some requests or you need even real estate questions, I'm sure Carmen would mind helping you with, or events. Check her out. She's amazing at what she do. Both of them are good at what they do. Listen, people that are around me or that are on the podcast anyway are super good at what they do. So that's what's up. Okay, we're moving on to our Spill Trend time. Now our Spill Trend topic is Ciara's message, baby, not her prayer. So listen, last week at the Oscars after party, Ciara came through, and when I say she came through, honey, body yada 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 yada, hey, yada yada yada. Listen,
She looks amazing.
did, and if you did not see her, go just type Ciara, and it's gonna come up. You ain't gotta put nothing else. Just type her name. I promise you, it's going to come up. She wore a sheer crystal embellished Dundas dress, and it was fire. I don't care what nobody say. It was fire.
Yes,
it was fire. She had on nipple pastries and a little thong, but everything else, baby, was for the people to see. She wanted y'all to see what her hard work in the gym, bed, wherever it's getting done at. What is the production of it? Anyway, Queen B, our girl, popped out a week later with a very similar dress. Now with Queen B, I did not notice the back. Her back was not like Ciara's, and it wasn't like the bottom, the thumb part, like it wasn't that part. But her breasts were fully out, and her nipples were exposed. I mean, were pastry. She had the pastries on, like Ciara. However, the people came for Ciara, honey. When I say the people came for Ciara, they were not checking for Ciara. But when Queen B popped out with the Rock Nation's Oscars after party pictures, we weren't talking. It was crickets. Well, nobody saying nothing. You know, a matter of fact, I saw a meme on Facebook with Ciara and Russell, her husband, praying. He was at the altar praying, and she was sitting there praying. And then they had the picture of her naked and him standing.
Yeah.
And they were saying, which message are we trying to send? And then people were already pretty upset with her because they said that she, her new song that's out is empowering single, independent women. But she's married, and happily married, and got all of this. And they feel like you need to be sending a message for women to be pursuing relationships, marriages, and all that good stuff. So anyway, my question is, I feel like she was bummed. I personally feel like if her husband didn't have a problem with it, they were together, you know, to each his own. If I had a body like that, I mean, I probably wouldn't have wore the thong, all that stuff. Some was gonna be showing though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
some gonna hang out.
Yeah.
But how do you all feel about that with her being a wife and a mother and this woman that projects good marriage energy, but she plays the role of single and independence and all of that stuff? Do y'all feel like it was appropriate or inappropriate for her to dress the way that she was dressed and Run with it. And Queen Beyonce, because Jay-Z looked happy too. But again, their dresses were similar but different, because Beyonce's back was covered. And you couldn't see her bottom part, but you saw her upper part. But Sierra, you saw everything, baby, from Rudy to But she got body for it. So anyway, how do y'all feel? And whoever want to go first can go first.
All right. Well, I feel like it's celebrity status. I feel like a lot of celebrities are walking billboards. Whoever made that dress, I bet you people are Googling right now, you know, who was the designer. And that designer's ratings just went up.
Yeah.
And so they're walking billboards. It's a celebrity status. She's not a regular person who just has a regular everyday job and she went to Chili's like that.
Chili's.
She was at the Oscars
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, it was a Vanity Fair after party. Yeah.
And then I think also wasn't the theme. Wasn't there a theme that was the reason why several of them had on those mesh dresses?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would never be invited to one of those. I don't
know, because once this podcast goes, I'm gonna be like, come on, what we doing? I'm gonna be like Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm throwing an after party. Well, we ain't going with them. We over here.
I feel like, you know, it's just like, I'm sure when you're married, when y'all go out of town, you may wear a little something that you don't wear here, right? Because you want to, you know, just be a little bit more free because you're around people who don't know you. So I do the same thing. When I take my trips, I wear stuff that I would never wear around here just because those people don't know me and I'll never see them again. So it is what it is. Her husband didn't have a problem with it, so everyone else needs to mind their own business.
That part. And when you said don't wear here, it's so true, because whenever I travel with my husband, I get a little bit more naked. Like I literally do. And I intentionally do that. Like I wear stuff that I know you would never catch me around my hometown wearing. But it's nothing that's gonna embarrass my husband. Matter of fact, he gonna be sitting right behind me. Like I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and was naked and was. Anyway, Carmen, how do you feel about it?
Well, you know, when you sang that song, I was like, after the party.
After party.
Jaqualia was definitely right. I mean, they are a walking billboard, but let's go a little step further. Really, she don't owe a responsibility to anybody to even give out any type of advice on how to be a wife. That starts at home.
That part.
Let's stop looking up to celebrities to be our role models. When your role model could be right there in your face. See, because what we see is the glamorous parts of the entertainers, but we don't know the behind the door part. So when we're talking about the Oscars and there was an after party of Vanity Fair, let's go back to Beyonce. When she first announced her Renaissance tour, she was naked in a crystal bead.
I'm talking about on the horse.
Oh my Lord.
I was like, is the hair part?
Is that just something over her entire body? So the reason why Beyonce doesn't get that type of backlash is because there's a code.
Okay.
You know that code. You know she Queen Bee. Don't matter mess with Queen Bee because you signed a non-disclosure, whether you know
that part.
So
and she don't play about that.
She doesn't play about that. And so here you go with Sierra and Russell, who's really exuding what a black family really looks like. And then the minute she steps out and say, hey, at an after party, can we go there? After party. People have on skirts up their butts. You know, they're showing breasts and everything. So this is nothing new. So let's stop with the double standards. Let's stop with the expectations. And then let's just be real and stop saying, oh, Beyonce look good doing it, but she's a wife also. But then a mother
of three, just like C.
But I guess because she got with Russell and he's a prominent quarterback, then she needs to dress a certain way. But look at Jay-Z.
That part.
He's really running the hip hop culture.
That's it.
So what's the difference here? There is no difference. It's just it's Queen Bee and Sierra. And she speaks about the prayer she talked about, but I ain't heard no prayer when it came to Beyonce. Can we just stop with the politics of it all?
And I love Beyonce. Lord, no, I'm going to Houston. I'm going to the concert in Houston, September 23rd. However, I ain't seen. Well, she had mentioned, you know, her faith a little like sporadically. Yeah, like
they try to say she's a devil worshiping.
Yeah, they say that about everybody. They say that about Sierra too.
Do they?
Yeah, they say all
Okay.
celebrities are affiliated with the Illuminati for some, in some way or another, allegedly.
Yeah.
But I have saw videos of her speak about her faith,
Okay.
and speak about because of how she grew up, you know, in the church, you know, her grandparents and her parents. That she knows that God is real. So it's videos out there. Like you can just Google
Okay.
Beyonce faith and it'll come up. It's several. But I'm with you, Carmen. It's definitely a double standard because I thought about that when she came out with Renaissance. Maybe even that thing right there. Look, let me prove it a little bit. Baby came out there on that horse, baby. You hear me? Came out there on the horse jacket.
Now, where did you get that from?
Her website. So what happened was
You are
I love her. She when Renaissance came out in July, in the end of July, she did a quick 48-hour flash sale for the Beehive. And she had shirts, everything. And when she did that, I said, this heifer, she finna come out with a tour. Cause she got fans, shirts, all type of stuff. And it was just 48 hours. So I ordered this and a shirt.
Okay.
But anyway, I said that to say it's double standard. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a cloak. Y'all know, and this another day too. Steve Harvey daughter, Laura Harvey. You know she got NDAs.
Does she?
Who has she talked to that done said something about her?
Nobody.
That part, and it was made public before she got with Damson Idris, the dude she's with Snowfall. When her and Michael B. Jordan broke up, allegedly, they stated that there was an NDA. That's why nobody can ever talk about their relationship with her.
Close your
Which
mouth.
is smart, because first of all, it ain't y'all business, like you said.
Close your mouth.
And who do I have to prove? Why do I have to prove what I do to anybody? I mean, that's regular people. You in the neighborhood, and somebody got something to say about what you and your husband got going on, and how y'all, you know what I'm saying? I done heard so much stuff about me and my little regular smuggler hood. We both go to work. He work a little bit harder than me because he do a lot of overtime. But baby, the conversations I done heard, I be like, now we ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? We regular, hard-working black people.
We gonna do that.
I mean, we somebody, but I'm saying, like, it's other people you can talk about. Like, what the hell? Like, what we doing?
Well, why not you?
I mean,
Yeah.
but it does bother me, you know what I'm saying, to a
Of
certain
course,
extent, because
sure.
I do feel like
Right.
we're regular
And
people.
y'all don't bother.
We don't bother nobody. We do what regular couples do.
Mhm.
We go to church. We pray together. We pay our tithes. We pay our bills. And we live our life.
So a Sierra and Russell Wilson situation. The only difference is that that's a comparison. I mean, the only thing is because Sierra mentioned God so much. Now everybody holding her to the standard of Christianity. And then, but they idolize Beyonce, which God said, do not have any other God
before me. You better
So
preach.
when they idolize Beyonce, she don't get all of that. And if she
Yeah.
does, we don't hardly see it or hear
Yeah,
about
or
it. You
hear
know what I'm
it,
saying?
yeah.
But unlike Sierra, who's willing to be an open book,
That
who
part.
says, I pray for my husband,
Yeah.
this and this, and then Russell Wilson come back and said, I prayed for my wife and
Yeah.
God told me that was her
Yeah.
and told me not to have sex with her.
Yeah.
So the expectation
Yeah.
of Russell and Sierra
Yeah.
from Jay-Z and Beyonce is totally different. So when they step out the house unclothed, then it's like you represent God and this ain't what God look like. But when Jay-Z and Beyonce step out there, it's like that's who you are and that's who we expect you are and that's who you be and that's what you showed us. And that's the difference. Idolization, and then you got Christianity. You see where the two come
That was
from.
good, Carmen.
Baby, that was good. Clay, listen. It's time for us to go on a little breaking break. Baby, because when I say Lucy done broke that thing all the way down, and I appreciate that because I feel like we need to see that and we need to hear that from a not carnal but a human perspective. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes we get so complicated and so deep with stuff that, you know, it is what it is. We see what Sierra represents and what she publicly represents, but we see what Beyonce projects, you know what I'm saying? She ain't saying nothing publicly, but we, you know what I'm saying? So the expectations are different. That's what's up. That was beautiful. You need to be a psychologist. I always told you need to be
Sit on your couch.
that part, Quay. Girl, you gotta be ready because she gonna come with it. I be like, oh, girl, when she be calling me minister, she'll just send me a text, or if she done done popped up over here, something, especially during my wedding. Baby, she finna minister real quick. I be like, Lord, you know, I just don't be ready for that deep stuff right there, but I be needing it.
Yes.
So I appreciate it. And people need it, Carmen, so.
Yeah, you know, one day I had a dream of a young lady buying a house.
Mhm.
And you know, it was like 45 bedrooms, and the Holy Spirit said, you know, you have to, you know, message her because I don't have her number. Message her. So I messaged her. Maybe not even 6 months. If 6 months to a year later, she was buying a 4-bedroom.
That part.
So
See?
you know, hey, it's real out here.
It is.
It's real.
And the Holy Spirit is real. That's what people need to learn and know, baby. So that thing, when you, not when you tap into it, but when that thing tap into you, when it's real,
Yeah.
oh baby, you gonna get all the feels and all the goods. Thank you.
That's the difference.
That's good.
That's the difference.
Did y'all want to add anything to that? That was beautiful.
I think I'm wrap that up.
Baby, wrap that up good.
She gonna go on and
Ready to mail it off.
Baby, listen, let's start with the expectations.
Yeah.
Because they're human.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
At the end of
Let's
the day.
just start with all of this. You know, they just have $1 million in the bank.
That's it.
That's it, baby.
And I saw something that said, you know, the people that are complaining, the men that were complaining about, well, that couldn't have been my wife. A meme said, you would have never even been able to attract a woman like
That part. I saw that part too, Quay. I did. That part. And then it said the women don't look half as decent or as good as here. They were,
Yes,
the media of social was going in. They were going in. So I said Sierra got some troopers behind her because I just felt like she looked stunning. I feel like she worked hard she models for one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the clothes that she's wearing, she's modeling. She's
Yes.
getting paid to do it. So at the end of the day, she collecting coins and people back here talking. Y'all talking and she getting paid. Like, what we doing? That don't even make sense. And then she done came out with the church girl video. Y'all know Beyonce song Church Girl. Girl, she covered up from head to toe. Come, you gotta see it. She covered up from head to toe in this Sierra.
And a sweater dress.
And a sweater dress with gloves on. And then, I don't know, Quay, if you saw the part where the video went in on her finger when she had her finger.
Oh,
her middle
I did
finger.
not see
Yeah,
that.
ma'am. It's in there, baby. Sierra didn't come to play with the people.
Why should she?
She did not come to play
Why
with the people.
should she?
That part.
She showed you how to get rid of somebody and then attract a real man. Okay,
That part.
let's not go there.
We ain't gonna go
We
there.
not gonna go there. We not
All
gonna go
right.
there, but yeah.
So we're gonna break it for 5 seconds. And I'm gonna put in the little jazz stuff. If y'all have to tinkle, I keep the camera rolling, but it's time to tinkle, refill, and do that part. Ooh, that was so good. But Carmen, Quay, when you watch the video, watch. She on this side and her middle finger is up.
I saw that video.
And because I didn't even notice it until I was going through, I had liked it and I put some hearts on it. And a comment before when I put the heart eyes, a comment before it was like, you better show them what it is, sis. I noticed that at the end and I went back and watched and I said, well, I be hot dog. She was mad as hell because it was whole church girl video and then it had that little middle finger. I said, well.
I still thought that outfit was cute too.
It was super cute.
I was like, yes.
But if you follow her, like I followed her for years.
Yes.
But lately, like the last couple of years, all of her, like everything she posts, you know, good dang on well somebody paying her to wear that foolishness. Like it's either not nothing or it's a whole lot of something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
1 or 2.
Like literally. Okay, so what we doing? We got a tinkle. Y'all ready to just keep it going? We got about 40 more minutes.
Oh, let's keep it.
Y'all ready?
Let's
Oh.
ready. Baby, hey, you gotta keep it going this way.
Look at Corbin. I ain't drank none talking about keep it going this way. Since we got here, you gotta keep it going this way. Oh, really?
I'm on the right way.
Right. I'm talking about don't do nothing. Okay. Back to your records. I love them.
Yeah, baby.
All right, Spillers. I hope you all enjoyed that first segment. It was amazing. Now we're getting on to the nitty gritty, to our Spill Trend topic time, Queen Talk. Now, in order to be called a queen, you have to have attributes and characteristics of queens. And I feel like both of these ladies do in every area of their lives. And I'm humbled and I'm so excited that they are here to bless us with some of their jewels. So a couple episodes ago, well, the last episode, I had Jamise and Shayla in the podcast room. We nipped a lot of stuff in the bud. We talked about a lot of stuff. So before we get any further, my first question is about careers. And this is something I like to kind of kick off with because I know that there's a lot of black women, young girls that we're training up behind us that really have this in their mind. You know, they're thinking about what it is that they want to do with their life, be it social media, be it doctors, be it teachers, accounting, whatever. It's something that is in their minds. And I feel like we need to kind of put it out there to help them to go on the right path, to give them encouragement and motivation to do something that they really like, that they really desire. So for women, young adult black women, queens, bosses in your own right, tell me about your careers, and do you feel like that you had a career struggle with the choice that you made in your career? Is it something that you appreciate now, or do you have any regrets? And then what advice can you give the young girls that are trying to get into the career mode? Whoever want to go first can go first.
Definitely a struggle.
Okay.
I've struggled across the board. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to go to be an astronaut. I wanted to.
Come on, Major.
Okay.
You want to go to the moon?
Take me to the moon.
What?
I wanted to be a flight attendant.
Okay.
Like I just had, and I
I can see that little waist big booty. I can see
yeah,
that.
but ain't no little waist in the world. Not right now.
Damn, big booty. Big booty. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep going, Lucha. Okay. That's why my daddy calls you Mama Lucha, baby. That thing hanging on the back. But anyway, keep going. That's a serious conversation. I'm sorry.
Baby, can I get a break from that word?
Okay.
Lucha.
Okay, Carmen.
Dang.
Okay. So you said you wanted to be an astronaut nurse and all that good stuff.
And then I thought I wanted to at once upon a time, hey, be a minister. I said, oh Lord.
I was gonna ask if you accepted your calling.
Right, because that's definitely a calling.
Okay.
I have not.
But you struggle with it though. I know you
Very
do.
much so.
I know
It
you
is
do.
definitely a struggle, and it doesn't matter what career I go into. I
Yes.
find myself having to help or speak life.
Mm.
And then guess what I reference to?
What?
The word.
That's it, baby.
You
That's
know,
all we got.
So I have not. That thing that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's the monkey on your back.
I
What
mean,
do
you
people say,
don't
the monkey
know
on
when
your
you say yes to God,
Mm.
that comes with something.
Mm-hmm.
And so God had to really deal with me with that, and He still does. Probably the reason why my youngest son went through what he went through in November, but and see, I'm hard headed. Like I'm stubborn like a mule.
Definitely stubborn.
Like just don't. You gonna have to literally kill me to get me to accept something. Especially if I don't believe, that's what I'll be doing. And so yeah. So right now I'm in human resources and I like it, but the part about that, the employee and employer, I straddle that fence.
Dealing with the people.
Yes, because they can be so ignorant.
Girl.
So we don't want no governance. Any standards.
Come on,
let's go
standards.
there. You know what I mean? Like, no standards. And I'm just like, okay, look, are you sure this what you want? Just say a word. This time I would walk away from the job in 2.5
Yeah, you'll definitely do that. Yeah,
Like,
you'll do that.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Like, literally do not care. Because if it does not, really support my mental state,
Yes.
I don't let nothing compromise that anymore. So with my career, I about done what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Not all that I want to do, but some of what I wanted to do. Now what I do next, I don't know. But as far as with the young ladies, I would say that if I had I think my mom was a good mentor, but if I had a strong role model to say, hey, this is This is how you need to do this.
Mhm.
Here, let me take your hand. Let me help navigate you. Let me help do this. Let me help. No, young ladies don't do this. And this is the reason why you don't do that. Then I think I would have had a more clear understanding and vision as to what I want to do. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of young women. That's why everybody want to be a digital creator. They made that a job now.
I mean, a whole job.
Like,
they get paid too, though.
Yeah, and then you can buy houses and stuff. It becomes a business.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm like, what happened if that is no longer a thing? So how do you go? I mean, however, but we need to really, I think we need to shift our young ladies into the medical field. Because when it comes to nursing and being doctors, we have people that can look out for us. They don't treat us the same way as they treat other races when it comes to childbirth, you know, sicknesses. Let's not go that route.
Girl, because listen, I'm a whole witness to that.
Yeah.
And when I told my daughter, well, she had been having her, she'd been doing what she wanted to do, like literally probably the last year or two. She's been laser focused on what her career choice is in medicine. But I had a procedure done last summer, and on my right hand to God, y'all, I was telling the nurse, who was not of black, she wasn't black, I have to pee. Honey, do you know what type of surgery just had you? I understand that, man, but I have to urinate. It's like it hurts. Like y'all know when you have to go bad and it hurts.
Yes.
And I had just come out of a 2-hour surgery. So it hurt. I gotta go. She gives me this thing to put underneath me in the bed. Nothing comes out. I'm hurting. Like literally hurting to where I'm like, I gotta go. I promise to God, y'all, this black nurse, I don't even remember seeing her face, her name, nothing. She came and she said, come on, baby. Can she walk? It was asking the doctor, can she walk? And like, yeah, she's good. Come on, I got you. Took me to the bathroom, y'all. I peed 2.5, sorry for my language. I urinated 2.5 liters of urine. Was literally on the toilet. I promise to God. And the lady, the one that said, honey, do you know what happened? She came in to, are you okay in there? I said, I'm doing what I told you I needed to do when you didn't let me get up. Yeah. So I didn't have that experience when I birthed my baby, but when I had that procedure after a surgery, you know what I'm saying? Like I experienced that, and I promise I told my baby about that because I was crying. I was thanking the Lord for the lady that assisted me, and I said, Lord, bless her, and if I ever run into her again, bless me with the opportunity to bless her. And my baby said that's why I want to do what I want to do, because they're not gonna do us how we do us.
No.
Woo, girl, you said you hit a nerve right there, huh?
I mean, attorneys, you know, politics, you know, politicians, I mean.
And we all skin folk ain't kin folk. Cause we got some of us, at the end of the day, you know, they, honey, as long as it's covering their tail, they ain't worried about what we got going on either. So we have to be careful of those. That's when that spirit of discernment come in. But you got, that's a whole
You know,
other
that's a
conversation
whole
too,
other
baby.
conversation, Uncle Tom. Okay. I had a homeboy that did me real in about that. And I told him, I said, you an Uncle Tom. When you talking to me and you refer to your own kind as niggas, like, and these niggas.
That's the problem.
I said, bro,
That's the problem.
who do you think you are?
That's the problem.
Right, because rest assured, they still look at him.
It's that part.
You
and
are
that's
not one of them, nor will we
That's
ever
what I
be
don't
one of them.
understand. Like, what
Please
is he
understand.
doing? What are we doing?
There's a difference between a nigger
Yeah.
and niggas.
Mm.
So let's define those definitions.
And I'm a niggas. I'm a queen in my own right. So be careful what you call me.
You're
What you doing
Nigerian.
for me?
You're Nigerian.
I'm African, black, African, Buddhist, French, whatever you want to call me. Black, black. If you gonna call me a niggas, put some respect on it. Because I'm going to tell you to call me queen niggas at the end of the day. But keep going with you. Woo!
Listen, but you
I
know,
just mad thinking about it.
it does. It's just extra,
Oh.
just extra spirit.
Period.
But yeah, I mean, I think that you know we really need to teach our young women first of all how to be a lady. We don't even teach them that. I wish my
No
niece
advocacy.
would. I wish you, girl, get your. And don't let me see another one because that's where God draw me. I'm a boy mom. I'm a boy mom.
Yeah, you're a boy mom.
But I have so many young ladies that I have to mentor, and I'm like, Lord, I don't have none of them. Like, it's just me. Here's the reason I'm combing my hair, because I'm always on the go. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, just a good someone that can mentor. And nowadays, back in the old days, you had mothers of the church or young women that come and get you, and they would show you the way. Now they are, she too grown, she too fast. I ain't got time for. We'll never have time for nothing.
That's the problem.
So when
But
do we have time?
I got a rebuttal to that because
Yeah.
parents don't want us to have time because
Yeah.
that's my child.
Yeah.
And you can't tell my child nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got a problem with my child doing, then you don't have to deal with my child. And if your child is cussing in front of me, I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to us? I never cussed around adults,
Period.
whether they knew my mom or my dad or not,
Mhm.
because it was just a respect thing. These kids don't care nothing about us now, you know, because the parents are us now, right? And y'all are doing a wonderful job with your children, but our peers, they're being their friends instead of parenting.
And I've always said that, like, my baby, she'll tell you to this day, baby girl, mama, I'm mama. We don't do no friend stuff, never have, and it ain't never. When you get grown, you paying your bills and you paying your mama mortgage every now and then, then we can be friends after the mama part. But right now, nah. And that's so important because teaching middle school and having to interact with young adult parents, I've learned that. And Carmen, one thing you said, you were like, you would get up and leave a job quick, you know. I feel like that's something we need to instill in our girls. Like, if it's something that you're not happy with, it's not stimulating your intellectual, your mental, pray about it, move around. But the struggle, like you said, Jaquay, is real.
Yes.
I deal with it every single day. Baby, these mamas, and then don't let them come to a conference and you look like them or the same age or younger. Oh,
they really don't respect
baby,
you.
I done been, listen, I get the yes, okay, yes, when we get to the conference, honey, conference time come. Baby, it go from Miss Wilson to, oh, you look younger than me. I'm just gonna, and it's like, it doesn't matter, ain't none of that. Like, this is my job, and just let me help you out just a little bit when it comes to this little girl. You know what I'm saying? Because I get that being a boy mom is different, but being a girl mom and then seeing boys, like, it's different. It's so different.
Oh, you think it's different with the boy mom with the girl?
No, absolutely. Well, let me clarify that. The generation that we're raising. Because teenagers are going to be teenagers.
Yeah.
We were teenagers.
Yeah.
So I don't, like, that's where my grace is with my kid.
Right.
At the end of the day, it was a respect thing with my mama. I don't give a damn if you're a teenager grown, you gonna respect me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's us. Like, I show her grace because I'm like, Lord, she, you know, going through that foolish teenage stuff, about to be 16, that's just what they gonna do. But when it comes to respect, oh, no, you gonna do this because I said so.
Yeah.
It ain't no, and don't ask me why if you want to. And your teeth don't meet my hand. Like, that's just that. You know what I'm saying? However, everybody's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the cursing, y'all, when I say, it was a little boy, it was an adult told him something. He said, I don't know her, she can't tell me nothing. Another adult said, so it's an adult, you're not going to respect. I don't respect people I know. I'm sick of this shit. Sixth grade, y'all do not hit right in my face.
Like you wasn't standing there.
But he was talking to another adult though. So I couldn't believe that he said it. And then the fact that you said it about another adult to another adult around other adults. Like, it's different. And so I'm really, really, when I say I'm serious, I don't, like, my students, they know. A student said to me, Miss Wilson, how was such and such in your class? Oh, no problems. Because she know you don't play because in such and such class, I ain't got nothing to do with that. However, play with y'all mamas.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, and I stand on that. We got 45, 47, what this governor number is that came in here with this foolishness she got going on. These cheering doing, now, play with your mama, not me.
Well, you said a key word, grace. One thing that I think that we have to realize that, you know, when now with these kids that we're seeing that they're mothers of a younger generation. So we do need to, and I go into my spiritual lens at this moment. I'm going to kind of, you know, pivot to that and extend that grace. Meaning that they don't get the love that we got. They don't get the discipline that we got. They don't have those standards, those boundaries, that understanding of respecting your adults. That yes ma'am, no ma'am, no sir, yes sir. So, you know, when we dealing with, this is how I look at it. When I'm dealing with these kids, I said, Lord, extend me the grace. So I need to be able to reach them
Mhm.
where they at. So
That part.
you can come, you can cuss me out, and you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, now come here, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You got it out? I want you to release it.
Right.
Because guess what? It's a place when they get home that they can't release nothing to.
That part.
So when they come around
Yeah.
the school and all
Yeah.
that, they're fighting, they're
Yeah.
arguing, they're cursing.
Yeah.
Because there's no love,
Yep.
no attention,
Yep.
no expectations,
Yeah.
no
Boundaries,
anything
Yeah.
that they have to live up to. So when they come around us, the spirit,
Baby, the bar high.
you don't think kids recognize the spirits?
Mm.
You don't think they know
Mhm.
who to respect and who
Yeah.
not to
Mhm.
respect?
That part.
They don't even have to.
Definitely know that.
Yeah,
They
they
know
know
that.
that. They know that
Yeah.
from the word speaks of
Yes.
a kid. You know what I mean? So, however, I think that when we're dealing with kids, we need to extend grace.
Yeah.
Now, do
Important.
we have to accept what they
The
what they
foolishness.
No, not at all. But I try to extend grace
Yeah.
because I learned that by being a boy mom, a lot of boys used to grow. I used to have at least 10, 15 kids in my house.
Mhm.
And they would stay from Sunday sometimes to Monday.
Wow.
And I would feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
And then I would sit here and listen to their conversations. Everybody like, you been their friend? I said, no, I need to know. Because
Right.
I want to know who my sons are.
That part.
So
Yes.
if my sons can be the influence that they need to be better in life,
Yeah.
that's what we're going to meet their
Yeah,
needs in.
absolutely.
And so I have carved my sons. It don't matter what kind of friends you have, because they have all different levels of friends.
Yeah.
We're going to meet them where they are.
Absolutely.
Because they can be the next CEO
Yeah.
in 5 years
Yeah.
and say, hey, I remember when.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so I think that we need to extend just a little grace.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Just a
bit.
little bit.
But then you do not have to accept the disrespect.
Oh no. Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Yeah. Very. A
But
big
that's the reason why you don't have those issues in your classroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They know. Honey.
Because you respect them too.
Yeah.
We don't respect the kids.
And that's the thing.
We don't respect them.
And I feel like as adults sometimes we feel like because we grown and
Yeah.
I said so.
Yeah.
No, just like you're human and you want respect as a child, I want
Yeah.
respect, and I had to learn that. But one of my daily prayers every morning, I get up and I do a devotion every morning at about 5:30. As soon as my husband get up, he get up making so much noise. I hope you hear this. So I can't even sleep for 20. I don't have to be at work at 8:45. You get up at 5. Let me sleep in at 6.
Can you be great?
Girl, I sleep my
Thank you.
I thank the Lord he get up at 4 and he go to work every morning. And he don't just jump up and put on. That black man jumps up, irons clothes,
Yes.
prays, walks around. Oh baby, he every morning.
Come
So
through.
militant. But I be the
Yes.
Lord working on me because I don't
Yeah.
want to be annoyed no more. Because I be like, oh, thank you, Lord, because he could be sleeping in like me because I sleep in 7:30. You know what I'm saying? You know, be down by 8:20.
Somebody gotta be this.
You know, but he did. I said that to say I do a whole good devotion and I do a prayer in the house, but when I'm in my car, it's a strictly workday prayer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we deal with so much. So much. I don't know if y'all heard Shayla last episode when she was talking about students coming to her suicidal, family issues, and we literally deal with this stuff every day. And me being in a different school, I deal with it.
Yeah.
Like I be like, what
It's
the hell?
so real.
It's real.
And
And
we
it's
don't
middle
think that.
school.
Yeah,
we
we don't think that.
So one of my
Yeah.
prayers is, Lord, bless me to extend the grace
Yes.
that you give me every day, all day. Because
Yes.
I know I'm not worthy of it. So allow me not to be judgmental, but bless me to be empathetic.
That's
Bless,
good.
I love what I do. So bless me to exude and to project that compassion in what I do. Bless me to show grace and bless me to be whatever they need me to be and say whatever they need me to say. Like that's literally my prayer every morning in my car because I want my students to know, Miss Wilson, I plan with y'all, but I also want y'all to know that I'm human and I understand because you may not have that to vent or to get out anywhere else. You may not go home to love. I can't relate. You may not, you know what I'm saying? Because the stuff that you're going through, I can't relate because I didn't experience that growing up. So, y'all, that's a whole nother conversation. We ain't even supposed to be like this. Yeah,
Let me stop taking y'all there.
Kwame Quay, you want to ask something? Because you been over there taking it in.
Go ahead, Quay.
I'm sorry. Go back. What was the original question?
Right.
Girl, it was
about
basically
career.
your career choice.
Okay.
What is your career choice? And do you feel like that the young girls that's coming up behind us, like what inspiration or what words of encouragement can you give them with making their career choice?
Okay. So originally I went to school to be a teacher. I was so devastated when I could not pass the praxis test, so I had to take a different route. So I took the easiest route, talked to my advisor, how can I just graduate? I'm this close and the practice is holding me back, that I need to just pivot. So I just selected a major, family and consumer science. Nothing, I'm not a homemaker, I'm not a cooker, I'm not a sewer. I don't even know how I passed, but I did. So I graduated, I got my degree. And then I met a young lady who was so inspirational. She was a recruiter. And I was like, I can do that. I can talk to people. I like talking to people. So I'm an introvert in my personal life, but I'm an extrovert in my professional life. So I took that route. I said, well, she said, well, you need to, probably get some experience. I've been working at banks and things like that, and went to school and finished a degree in human resources. And as soon as I finished where I worked at, the young lady that was the recruiter, she got promoted to the HR generalist. And I had already told them, this is how the world worked. When I applied for the job, they had a recruiter position available, but I knew I didn't qualify because I didn't have any experience. But I said, I'm going to go ahead and work there because I've been a teller before. So I can just be my foot in the door. And I planted the seeds to let everybody who would listen know that my goal when I finish this program is to be in HR. I graduated. It wasn't even 2 weeks later. The young lady was promoted, and they all knew Ja'Quay's gonna be the best person. Ja'Quay's gonna be the best person. And I just thank the Lord to this day because they showed me the way and they gave me the opportunity. So with that job, I still had the opportunity to facilitate because I facilitated orientations. So that's my teaching. So I still get to teach, right? Because I get to stand up in front of whoever the new hires are. So I know all about the culture. So it's like, can I say that, I'm not happy with my career choice? Absolutely not, because my career choice is way more lucrative than a teacher would have ever been for me. And for my mental health. I'm on the happy side of it. I know you're on the, you get both sides on your side, Carter, but on the recruitment side, I'm offering life-changing careers. I'm getting life-changing salaries, for people that can really change the way, the course of their lives, and so I love that. I love celebrating with people when they accept an offer, because I know what that means for them. If they open up and they tell me that, hey, I was only making, let's just say $50,000, and I'm offering them $70,000, I know what that means because I've been there and paycheck to paycheck and things like that. So I am very happy in my career. I feel like it was the best pivot I could have ever made. I just thank the Lord for putting me in position. I am so grateful for that first HR team that I worked with. I am still friends with those ladies to this day because I credit all of my success, of course, to God, but also to them for believing in me and giving me a chance. Because so many times, everybody needs experience to get into a field. But somebody had to give you a chance.
Not what you know, but who you know.
And I am so thankful and grateful that they took a chance on little old me and said, this is gonna be your opportunity.
So
and
that's what queens do, don't we? We
celebrate
each other. We lift each other. We see the potential in one another, and then we make them rise to the occasion.
That's it. Especially, and that's what you said, we see the potential. Like, we're not worried about experience, sis. It's the potential. We know what you're going to bring to the table.
If you got the willpower, I can teach you what you need to know.
I love it.
That's nothing. So, for the young ladies out there listening, don't get discouraged. Because I was so discouraged when I met the praxis and I didn't know what I was going to do. I said, okay, maybe I'll go to hair school.
Girl,
I didn't know what I was going to do.
Come on, hairstylist.
Because I used to roll in college, I would do roll sets on my friend's hair, and I was pretty good at it. And so I said, maybe I'll go to hair school, because what do I do? But I took this other route, and it's been the greatest thing ever. So don't get discouraged when things don't go the way you think it should go, because it's really not your plan, it's God's plan.
That part, a delay is not a denial. And that's something that we literally have to, when I say get that in our spirit, we have to believe it. And I'm going to move on because we pressing for time. But Mackenzie wanted to do, y'all, when I say my baby is so not, she get it from my mama. Because my mama is real business minded. And when it comes to getting work done and studying and focused, and that's my mother. Me, my ADD baby comes in quick, baby. I'm on one thing, I'm all over the place. But Mackenzie,
Laser
Get
focus.
somebody else to do it. Laser focus. She is so serious about it. But I said that to say she wanted to do this program at UAMS this summer. Well, she applied for the program and she procrastinated, so it was kind of like a lesson too to not procrastinate. But she, of course, beat the deadline by like a week or two. I feel like if she would have did it when they first sent it out, first come, first serve, she probably would have had a better chance. However, she did not get into the program. She's in 10th grade, going to the 11th grade, and been getting all these PSAT letters because she did a PSA. The girl, I don't know where she get her smartness from, but I thank you, Lord.
Okay.
But she did it, y'all, and she didn't even try on her PSAT and made like close to 1,000.
Wow.
The average is like 1,100. The girl said like the last 30 minutes she just started clicking stuff because it was like 4 or 5 hours long and she was tired. She's like, I just started clicking. I didn't look question. But to get almost 1,000 anyway, she didn't get into the UAMS program. A friend, Nick Pettis,
Yes, Nick.
a church member who's crazy about Mackenzie texted me something, and his name was in it, and I was like, that's my classmate.
Yeah.
But I wasn't too fun because I was like, UAMS just didn't accept her, and they little anatomy stuff that they doing this summer, so whatever. But some said, call Nick. And so I called Nick. I said, hey, this is what Mackenzie's trying to do. Somebody just sent this, and he was like, what? And he literally just went around, just told her, we're going to put her in this, and because you contacted me, this is what people don't tell y'all when y'all babies are going to the medical field. They don't tell you this. The colleges, you know, they may get an academic scholarship, but to go on with their scholarship, they don't tell you this part. And when I say he put us up on so much game, this girl got programs coming up, some of them that she's learning, but because of a grant, she's going to get paid for them. And she's going to the 11th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I said that to say it's not always what you know, it's who you know. It's people taking a chance on you.
Yes.
But people only gonna take a chance on what they see, what they believe.
Yes.
That's faith.
Yes.
Y'all, we gotta move on. We got hour in. This is good Carmen preaching. Quay testifying. I'm just like, what we doing? Anyway, okay.
Cleaning.
Decor, cleaning, Okay, so I have a question. So we're gonna kind of make it light, and we're gonna spend just a minute or two on this, so I can go through the other ones. Okay, so the last episode I asked my girls about friendships. As grown women, we know the how important it is to have good, solid, real friendships. Friendships, quality over quantity, or quantity over quality.
Definitely quality over quantity. I've always felt like I didn't have a lot of friends, especially as we've gotten older. And probably in the last 2 years, I participated in a mentorship program, and my mentee and this other mentee were really close. So they wanted myself and the other mentor, to do stuff together. I'm like, okay, she was a single female as well, and so we both, were single, no kids, so we started hanging out, and I was like, wow, okay, I guess I can make a new friend in my adult, life, because they say, you don't make friends, don't do that.
We too old to be starting over, but it's possible.
But I will say this, and I may step on some toes.
Step on them if the shoe fits.
Yes, but some of my longtime friends were not as accepting of my new friend.
No, girl.
Yeah.
They wrong. They got.
And what was crazy, I had to tell them, I had to say, you've gone on about your life. Now we talk, we text, but I don't see them. Right, because they're busy with their kids, and that's fine. But life goes on for all of us.
Yes.
Right. They invite me to the games and things, but that's not what I want to do, so I don't do that. But
so I don't do that. Let's be clear.
But you can't be mad because sis over here got time to go have a happy hour with me, and you can't go.
Right.
So now I'm not replacing you. I'm just, it's just a new friend.
You're in your lane.
So my long-term friends actually had a problem with that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. So
And I said that with the episode. I don't know if it was this episode with Shayla and Janice or episode before that. When it comes to friendship, balancing your friends being friends with other people, I have friends.
Yes.
I ain't gonna always be able to do the happy hour. As much as I love to have fun, I'm good with having a happy hour at my house. I have a bar. Like, I'm gonna go pour me some if I need to play some music with that speaker. And my husband is like an introvert in real life. Like, he don't, you know what I'm saying? He just, like, anyway, I'm gonna sit at the house and listen to some music. like I just don't. And people be surprised because I promise I've gotten so many invitations like come out, do this, and I be like, because I'm just not like that's just not me. Like I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I want to do it. But you not gonna force. Like I'm not on your time. So and it's crazy because I be happy. Like when my friends be having friends that they can do something, I be like, oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like I'm good. So I'm sorry that you experienced that because it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That you know, it's a difference with being like a protective friend and a territorial friend. Like when we're protective, we have our friends' best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're territorial in a negative way, we want our friends to ourselves. And that's unfair.
Right.
Especially when we have our own life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like me, you know, you don't have no kids, but I expect you to come to all of my baby's events.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how unfair is that? Like, that's selfish,
That's
it's
not-
inconsiderate, it's mean. Like, what the hell? Like, hell, I don't be wanting to go to my baby events. Anyway, okay, Carmen. Go ahead, wrap it up for us, sis, so we can move on, girl. How do you feel? Quality over quantity or quantity over quality?
I like the quality, but I don't even have friends like that.
Yeah.
I keep everybody at arm's length.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a short patience for, crap.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say BS, but BS.
Now say it. Call it what it
It
is.
is what it is to me.
Yeah.
Now I have like one or two good friends, maybe even one, maybe. But with me,
Yeah.
I don't have any expectations other than respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people just they're not good with respecting other people, and that's a deal breaker for me. I have deal breakers as friendships. I'm sorry, I don't hold on to people. Hey,
Yeah.
baby, you got to move around.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But I like quality.
Yeah.
Now me and my homegirl, we've been rocking and boy, been rocking. But she's good.
Yeah.
She's real good. We don't talk every day, and if we do, it's cool. And if we don't, I'm fine too. So yeah.
Listen, that's
But
how it's supposed to be.
I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
At the core.
Yeah.
If I get invited somewhere, I'm not going.
Yeah. Not, and not, baby, listen. Corbin ain't even gonna respond.
Really?
Well, she'll respond like classy,
will.
you know what I'm saying, in a classy way.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But she not gonna be mean about it. She's just gonna be honest about it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. And
Okay.
that's just that.
Listen, the part that people don't understand when you have a spiritual eye,
Mhm.
it does not allow you to
Mhm.
govern yourself around everybody.
Mhm.
So if my spirit does not align with the issue or the invitation, I'm not coming.
That part.
I prevent myself from being
And
triggered
it's
or
like that
annoyed.
with family and friends.
Yeah,
Like nobody.
I have no
gets
respect
it.
of a person.
And that's my motivation. Like that's why I move the way I moved like the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you see some
Yeah.
and then you gradually don't because spiritually like it's just different. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a second. I'm not even gonna lie. I hurt, I cried, and I just didn't understand. It took me a second. But where the trajectory that God is taking me, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And then when I know the love really ain't real, like it's really easy for me to be like, get somebody else to do it.
But you got somebody to walk along with you in that journey. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
So it's just me.
Yeah.
And it gets lonely.
Yes.
And that's the part that
Yes.
people don't understand.
Yeah.
Because even though God is there, you still want somebody that can walk with you.
Yeah.
That you can just exhale like,
Yeah.
oh baby, today is a
Yeah.
and but I'm cool. I boast.
And when I say you do it so good, girl, let me give you your flowers. I wish I had a dozen roses because you are literally the inspiration and the motivation that a lot of women need. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, some women feel like we have to be included in everything.
No.
We have to be the forefront, or
No.
if such and such doesn't invite us or put our name, or we feel some type of way, or if we don't get the I'm telling you, it's different. It's a different world.
No.
So I appreciate you for being that light and for being that poster for women to know it's okay to sit in your own shit like by yourself. Like you're cool. You don't worry about the outside entities. You know what I'm saying? Because the minute you bring them in, that's when the foolishness and the mess and and I appreciate that. I really do from the bottom of my heart because when I say I be looking at Carmen, I be like, that nigga don't fool with nobody. Goes.
Listen.
Period, because ain't nobody exempt. It's like Like
It's
you
nobody.
human just like I'm human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, girl.
Yeah, I mean, family, no, sisters, mother, daddy. I mean, I love everybody, I do. But when you start to talk of that wrong, I have to pull back because I know me.
Yeah.
And when you know how to just govern yourself accordingly.
And you serious about your connection to the vine. Like you don't play about that. And so that's what people have to understand too. Well, she acted funny. No, it's that connection, baby. You know what I'm saying? And when you learn that connection and that true connection to the vine and that true spirit of discernment and that true eye for the foolishness, think what you want to think. And I appreciate that, girl.
Yeah.
Well, guess I drink this water since my mimosa gone. Did y'all want to add something to that before we move on? Ooh, I'm a little nervous to go to this next question. Lord, have to cheer it.
Come on, what you got?
Okay, so I don't know about any other families or cultures, but in the African American culture, most African American families, I know in the South for sure, there's this narrative that our siblings or cousins are girls, our first best friends, our first friends. Now, you know, everybody we grow up, you know what I'm saying, we all have siblings, massive cousins. Carmen, you and I, we have massive first cousins. Quay, you got a lot of first cousins, but baby, you ain't got none on the
I
hunters.
know. Nothing.
Baby, it's a million hunters and it's a million coastings.
Yeah.
I just messed up. Anyway, do you all think that those friendships can grow apart? And if so, at what point do you notice it? And what do you do about it once it's clear that there has been some growth, some stagnation in those relationships, or even separation? We'll start with you, Quay.
Okay. Well, I have two sisters. I'm a middle child, older sister and younger sister. And growing up, my baby sister and I, they're 12 years between us.
Mm-hmm.
So she was always more so my child versus my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But my older sister and I, there's only 3 years
Mm-hmm.
between us. And we're literally like night and day when you look at us.
Mm-hmm.
She's light, I'm dark.
Mm-hmm.
And we're different. Growing up, we did not get along at all. We fought a lot, argued a lot. Even when we went to college, I lived with her. We did not work out. I had my first fight was with my sister.
Oh, wow.
But now things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
They are my best friends. I tell them everything. They are now my go-to. And I'm so thankful for that because I feel like this is what it should be. It's what the culture talked about. My cousins, we're just not there anymore. I used to be close to them, but as I grew up, I opened my eyes. And you're not who you say you are, and I don't have to deal with you. And so, I don't deal with family like that anymore. I never really was that close to my dad's side of the family, so now that he's gone, I really don't deal with them at all. I have one cousin on that side that I keep in contact with, but again, it's still a strained relationship. So they say family is everything. I don't believe that anymore. So I try to keep my immediate family as close to me as I can.
Absolutely.
Everybody outside of my mom and my two sisters can.
Kid Rock.
Something else, but it might sound good though.
We kick 'em in the
That was beautiful, Quay. That's why I wanted you on a podcast because we relate in so many ways. You know that and so beautiful.
Nicely said.
Nicely said. She did say that thing nicely, did she? Barbara said she said, Lord, look how this light skinned face is gonna be. Lord, what's gonna come out of her mouth? Ah, bring it, Carmen. Bring it.
I put it all nice and
Oh yeah, you whisper a little bit, but you know, Carmen, Lord, she gonna say it, Rick. She gonna say it.
Well, I'm
Okay,
with
Carmen.
Quay, but I mean, the thing with me is, I grew up with my cousins. You know, we all used to bunk at each other's houses and stuff.
Baby, I stayed on Burnell Drive, baby.
And you know, see, I'm the oldest of three daughters. So I'm my parents' oldest daughter. But me and my sisters, we have a sister relationship. They have friends. And their friends are their best friend. But when they ready to get down in the dirt,
Big
they
sister.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because their crowd is not my crowd is not their crowd. But in regards to my cousins, I still love them all.
Mhm.
I don't deal with them like that. I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really harp on what people do, what they say. You show me, that's cool, because when you see me, my energy, I'm not even gonna say nothing, I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna speak and keep it moving, but my energy gonna show you I don't mess with you. And if I can say the word, I don't fuck with you.
Uh-oh. That's it, Doc.
I mean,
We cursed on the skill by
yeah,
It's all
sorry, y'all.
right. It's all right.
You know, I just don't.
Garbage.
I do. I love my family. I love to see them gather when Toya posts pictures or the family posts pictures.
The shade.
I'm like, yo, baby, I need a whole umbrella over here. Let me get this Beyonce Brenda Buzz thing out. 'Cause, girl, you ain't supposed to be. But keep going.
Ma'am, my fan is not going, so the shade is not real.
What, child? She said between us.
I need an umbrella or
Me
no
and
cover.
Quay.
You hear me?
Okay, Courtney, keep
No
going.
umbrella or
You
covering.
talking,
It
cousin.
is
You talking.
what it is.
You talking.
But I'm not gonna disrespect anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mean. I'm just gonna be, hey, yeah, looking good, and compliment you if your child doing good. I'm cool with that. Am I gonna kick it with you? No.
Yeah.
Toya, do I kick it?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Nope. Actions speak louder than words to me.
That part. And that was the part of the episode. Queen talk. It's all about the actions, baby. The actions gonna speak louder than the
I
words.
don't do too much talking.
Yeah. Ooh, Chad. Courtney. She looking crazy. Baby, Courtney to that thing. And then gonna bring me in. So I get it. Stayed. Past tense. Stayed. Let's get clear. Stayed. Past tense. You know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We go over there. We moving around. Baby, we got to move around. So baby, this thing right here can go a whole nother way. And we an hour and 10 minutes in. We gotta wrap this thing up.
Okay, that's
Woo!
right.
But y'all already know after the party is the after party.
And you like the party?
It's a hotel lobby. Hey, listen, we gonna get it in.
Do like a couch conversation.
And that's exactly what we're gonna do. So we exit the Spill Podcast. Okay, so listen, my final question for you all.
Yes.
Now, the Spillers need to know, is y'all single? Is y'all mingle? Cause y'all both fine. Y'all got pretty hair. Y'all got pretty smiles. Carrie, I can't stand him. We was watching ready put a ring on season 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude said, "Oh, I liked her. She had all her teeth front and back. She was ready. They got all their teeth. They ain't hear their hair pretty. They cute. Their outfits. Their bodies banging. I mean, Quay got a petite. She petite complete and all complete. Got a complete. Baby, Carmen over here, baby. That thing dragging. Anyway, I was just okay. We'll take that. But when it comes to you all's dating lives, are you all dating? If you are, how's that going for you? If you're not, what are your expectations and what do you look for in a man? And what this dating pool looking like? Because one of my coworkers, and he's so cool. He from, okay. I had an epiphany. But anyway, he from Brinkley, and he cool. I think he would be a good spouse to somebody. Okay. Well, Quay, that's fine. I was gonna tell y'all about him and then say which one y'all love. But anyway, he cool. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all after the thing because I don't want the Spillers to be like, what he is. So I'm gonna tell y'all first, and then Spillers I'll come back and tell y'all if they don't like him later. But anyway, I was talking to him and he was like, it's pee in the dating pool. He went to Memphis last Sunday, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put his name back there. Camper, who you go to Memphis with? And he was like, my daughter, the dating pool Pete, And I was like, whatever, you just old country. He's not really old. He's like 47, 48. But he's nice looking. And I think my husband met him. And he like, that's my brother. Anyway, he said the dating pool Pete. So I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you all are dating, how is it going? If not, what are your expectations? And then go from there. All right.
Well, I am dating, and I'm just having fun.
Yay! I
So
love
there's
it.
no real expectations, honestly.
I can't take it.
We've been dating a while.
Okay.
If he asks, he asks. If he don't, he don't. I'm moving forward with what I want to do for my life. There's been times in the past where I have not moved forward because I was with a certain person and didn't want to leave them behind. But, you know, he understands that if you don't want to move forward, I'm okay with that. But whatever I still want to do for my life, I'm going to do it.
Okay, so you're dating a person, but if you meet somebody else and you decide you want to date them, you do. Then you, girl, give me a high five. Baby, you that part. You get a prize.
For whatever reason, God's going to approach me.
Right.
I'm not sure what that is, and I know that, you know, it's
You look like you get
it's
your shit
2023 and women are approaching men, but I'm kind of still a little old school in that,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I do want a man to approach me, so maybe that's why my options are not just
definitely intimidated because you look like you got your shit together. People be,
I just, you know,
even friendships with women, even females.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They'll look at you like,
Yes.
she look like, and because, y'all, I'm going to say this and we moving on because we got to move on. Somebody literally told me, girl, I thought you was made way bougier than that. And I was like, yo, Peaches, what you post on Facebook? What? Like, so that's how you know people minds are really, really like crazy because if you know Latoya Danielle Hunter Wilson,
Right.
baby, you know it's all neighborhood ran away girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
boom, what? That don't even make sense. But I love that, Quay. I love that you know who you are. So if somebody else come in line, you gonna do. If that's moving on, y'all gonna keep. And if you want to do it, cool. If not, cool. I love that. That's what's up, Mom. Come on,
That's beautiful. Baby, I don't even think a man have a chance for me right now. I mean, I dated. I had fun. I'm not gonna say there's piss in the dating pool. I'm just gonna say that with the way that society is moving, the men are not like they used to be. You know, and I'm with Jaquay. That whole approaching a man, being aggressive, it's not my style. I tried it. I said, you know, I had a guy to tell me, you need to learn how to approach a man. Maybe you. I said, okay, I'm gonna try it one time. Girl, maybe I think 2 minutes in the conversation, I was like, you know what, my apologies. I can't take it. Because men are not genuine. I mean, all you have to do is be honest with a woman up front and let her make the decision whether or not she wants to be with you or even kick it with you, whatever that may look like. And when you get the line of me, I don't even discuss it. I call it out, like, hey, you know, I saw you the other day, well, old girl, y'all cool, whatever. I said, I tell you what, y'all have a good life, and I'm out your picture.
That's it.
Like, I don't do all of that,
Yeah.
or sometimes I don't even say anything, I just disappear.
Yeah.
But,
Just disappear.
yeah, but we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
You showed me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you. But as far as with dating, no. I've been married before, that whole thing there. You gotta make sure that when you're dating or whatever the case may be, that you really have intentions on with that person. Like your intentions need to be pure. And my intentions was to help build my husband. You know, I paid all the bills, I supported everything, businesses. You know, he did. Now, on the other hand, you know, he was a good person to my sons. But when it came to me, you lacked the emotional, you know, the mental, the spiritual. I was carrying everything, and it becomes a lot. And so when I placed it on him, he broke loose. You know what I mean?
It was too much.
Too much. So, you know, and I'm not mad at him. I had a dream, as a matter of fact, that in my dream, he's married now. He get
married again.
Well, yeah, he's married now. And he had a baby while we're still married. So we're being honest.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to hide.
That part.
It was in the streets.
Where was it at, girl?
It was in the
That
streets.
part dance on the Spill podcast.
I mean, let's be real. We need to stop acting like it ain't on the streets, like people ain't talking. Because anytime you walk in the grocery store, in the gym, or anywhere you go, people telling you what your ex-husband, soon-to-be ex-husband say, it's no reason to hide it.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I had to walk in that shame.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that I'm going to hide and act like it ain't what it ain't, because it is. So, you know, and I didn't even have any remorse behind it. I prayed to God when he left. I said, God, I want 30 days. You
Mm.
give me 30 days. I would not sit here cry, weep
Amen.
over a man
Yeah.
for no 2-3 months, no
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I want 30 days.
30
Give me
days.
clarity. And I have one of my Uncle Tom friends.
Yeah, I'm over here about to cry. This thing like, what I'm talking about? We shout for deliverance.
You know, I call my friend because he's married and he give me, that advice.
Yeah,
he
this
said,
sound
he
advice.
said, sis, he said, don't let him come in and out. Because
Yes.
if he does, you let him do that for 30 days, he gonna continue
Yes.
to come in and out.
Mhm.
So he said, put his ass out,
Mm-hmm.
put his ass out,
Mm-hmm.
and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what I did?
Put his ass
Day
out.
31, come get your shit. You got 2 hours to come get it,
That's
and
it.
we done.
Yeah.
I waited for him to file divorce. It took him almost 2 years to file a divorce.
Wow.
I'm not filing. You left.
Wow.
You left your wife
That part.
uncovered.
That
So
part.
we're gonna deal with the consequences
Yeah.
as they come.
Yeah.
But I had that dream, and in my dream, he apologized to me. Not in the spiritual, not in the flesh, but in the dream. So when I saw him the next time, I said, I accept your apology.
Mm.
I accept your apology.
That's why she buy Nikas.
2 years later.
Yeah.
And then when I saw his now wife,
Mm.
who I found out had room with my son in college now. Oh, it gets deep, don't it, baby? It gets deep. Oh, see, we got to be real. Who rooms with my son in college? And when I saw her, she didn't know what to say to me.
Mhm.
And I saw her at my youngest son's doctor's appointment when he had sprung or something his ankle. And she walked in out the room like her spirit was so unsettled. Then she walked back in and said, "My name is Jacqueline." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you?" "I'm Jacqueline. I said, "Oh, nice to meet you. You're so pretty. It is nice to meet you." And my mom was like, "You should have said." I said, The Holy Spirit said, "No. No. You don't govern yourself like that.
That part.
Because what you don't want to do is validate the stuff he told her about you." Then in November, when my youngest son had his first seizure, he was unconscious for hours and seized for 2 days straight. She came to the hospital. He had her to come to the hospital to bring balloons and stuff.
He had her.
He had her. He said, "Do you mind?" I said, "I don't mind at all." So she came in. She went in and sit. She stood.
Uncomfortable, baby.
I said, "Baby, you got to come on and have a seat." I
Yes,
said,
honey. Why don't you?
and we talked, and she laughed, and then she was like, "I'm gonna go down here to make sure he have everything he needs," because she works at the hospital that he was at, Children's Hospital. And I'm gonna make sure you have everything you need. I said, "Thank you." We have to be careful, women, on how we respond to
That
our
part.
tragedy and our
Y'all
loss.
hear her.
Yes.
Hear her.
Careful
Be
when
careful.
you respond to your tragedy and your trauma, because it can delay your blessings.
Yes.
As much as I wanted to just,
Yes.
oh my God, like say, "Nigga, you got the nerve."
Yes.
You have the nerve to sit here and disrespect me. I took it all, and
As
I
a
walked,
woman, yes.
and I never did him any harm.
That part.
And I prayed to God, said, "God, every time he opened a business, bless him. In my going through."
My God. You still
Bless him.
praying that the Lord bless him.
And even
Ooh,
when our divorce finalized, I said, "Lord, bless him."
Bless him.
Because he took the car he bought me, so me and my kids had to find a ride. It was just so many different things in that. And so I still said, "Lord, bless him." But in that, see, this is what mothers with kids have to understand. Your response to things also can delay or benefit your child.
That part.
So if I would have responded to him in a negative way,
Yeah.
it would have hindered
Yeah.
every favor
yeah.
that God has over
Yeah.
my sons.
Yes. In
To
children.
this day.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying,
Yeah.
no, I'm not dating,
Mm.
and I'm not with anybody,
Mm.
because what God has for me
Baby!
is gonna show up at the door,
Yes, sir, Doc.
and I'm not gonna have to go seek it
Yes, sir. That part.
or do anything else. Because
Yes,
He
sir.
said, "He who finds a wife
Finds a good thing.
So
My
when He
God.
finds me, I'm gonna already
That's
be a wife.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sorry. Well, you better cry.
No man.
Girl, baby, that's why I'm ready to hit pause.
No,
Because
ma'am.
I already know what's going to take us in.
And
Listen.
let me go ahead and step up and be transparent. Even the men, when I had my little 30-day moment,
Yeah.
and women, we know what that is.
Yeah, that
I
part.
had that moment.
Baby, come from everywhere.
I couldn't allow my spirit to connect with none of them because I knew it was temporary.
That's it.
And then I had to say, "God, forgive me.
Yeah.
Because my intention was so impure. But I just needed that moment.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back and apologize to him.
Yeah.
Like, look, it ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't even want
Right,
you.
right,
I want to see you as
right.
that. But men do it all day. Every day.
Baby, listen, and it just when you're fasting and you're praying though, you're in the
Yeah.
spiritual realm, it seems
Yeah.
like it's attacking you even
Yeah.
more. It's more vivid. So
But they know what they want.
Oh,
They
they
will hold
know.
on to a woman until they find the woman they
won't. Yeah, well, what I'm
And
gonna let
they-
you go for just in case. You might be the one, but let me just look out here
Look
just
out
in case.
here. So
You girl, you got quail over your crying, girl.
we have to be intentional.
Yeah.
We definitely
Yes.
have to be intentional
Yeah.
and stop laying and like giving your body to everybody.
That's it.
Baby,
This body count.
you know.
We gotta go. We past the time. Listen,
y'all.
we are going to do a part 2 of Clay and Corman. I need y'all to verbally agree on the microphones. Can I get a part 2 from y'all in like May sometime?
Yeah.
Okay, Corbin said yes, Quay yes.
What? May
Oh, May, June.
Okay.
Hell, season 3. We'll be the season opener. Mayor Scott is coming. I don't know when I'm gonna do him. The end of this season or the beginning of next.
It's gonna be beautiful.
But we can do it. We can go for season 2. I'm gonna need y'all to be my openers for real. Because we need this conversation to continue because the people need to know and the people need to hear. And I normally do a spill trend, but I'm not even a spill trend encouragement. But I'm not going to do so because I feel like Corbin has blessed us and has given us so much spiritual insight, so much practical insight that it don't matter if you Christian, biased, the atheist, whatever it is. What she has given us, I promise you can take it and apply it if you're intentional about moving forward with your life and being true and honest. So I'm not even gonna leave them because this is just amazing. Quay, yeah, we ain't even let Corbin say nothing else because we gonna be the rest of the day. Did you want to leave out with anything before the next episode?
No. Thank you for having me. I've never done anything like this before. Never thought I would. So thank you for allowing me to be here and the opportunity because I never thought I would be behind a mic. But I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely glad I'm sharing this space with Carmen. You have blessed me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so serious.
Same here.
So
Same here.
thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
openness and just being vulnerable and sharing your experience because sometimes we don't have to experience it just to hear what somebody else is doing.
That part.
It's enough.
Yeah.
So,
Just hearing that was in my devotion today. I'm doing this good friends devotion, and it was saying sometimes if you have true friends, a lot of experiences that your true friends have, you won't have to experience them because they're blessing you with that experience, and it's real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you hit that quick. Carmen, say something real quick because we gotta go. Just end it.
You know, be beautiful, be great, be excellent, exceed at everything. Don't start anything you're not going to finish. And always be intentional in not only your actions but in your thoughts because everything we do starts with the thought and the Word of God speaks of that.
That part.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's it. That's the podcast. That's the episode. I pray that you all were blessed. I was blessed tremendously, and I really hate that you all aren't about to experience this after the party. But until next time, Spillers, this is Mrs. Wilson signing out. Can y'all say bye to the Spillers on YouTube? Because y'all